Palm Springs is a new Hulu original. It's produced by The Lonely Island. It stars Andy Samberg and Cristin Milioti, and it tells the story of these two characters who are at a wedding in Palm Springs, and then they get trapped in this weird time loop, a lot like Groundhog Day. Cristin Milioti plays the maid of honor, and Andy Samberg plays another guest who is very laid back, and we see this type of story play out in a rom-com way. As I said before, The Lonely Island produced it. Last night I watched Pop Star Never Stop Never Stopping for the first time, finally. I heard amazing things about that one too, and about this film, and I was super excited. Don't ask how I watched this one though, in Canada. Palm Springs will probably be the most underrated or least talked about film of this year, which sucks because, well, it's amazing. It's one of my favorites of the year. I'm not even kidding, it's in my top 5, and a lot of the film's greatness is due to these two leads. Andy Samberg is one of my favorite comedic actors working, and I loved him here because it's very different from what we're used to seeing from him. This role is very toned down and laid back versus, let's say, Connor for Real from Popstar. I think that just says enough. He's very subtle with his comedy a lot of the time, and his chemistry with Cristin Milioti is really what shines here. She's also amazing, and one of my favorite aspects of the film is that not one of these two outdoes the other. They both have their big stand-up moments, and I love that Cristin Milioti was able to balance her bigger moments, we'll say, more energy and more exciting, versus these smaller moments, and she is just awesome here. J.K. Simmons is also in this movie, and I love seeing him in literally anything. But he's so great here. His scenes probably made me laugh the hardest, but there's also one in a backyard, it's quite heartfelt. He says some stuff, and I was like, oh, this is kind of the downsides of some of the things that are happening in this film, and he is also very good. Something the director did really well was balance tones. Max Barbakow, I think that's how you say his name, directed this. It was his first time directing a feature. He's directed a lot of short films before, and he just does a fantastic job here. Please keep up the great work if for some reason you're watching, which I highly doubt you are. There's so many scenes with different vibes, yet the film doesn't feel inconsistent. Something else I really liked about the film is the color palette. There are so many warm colors, and they pop off the screen, and it sets the location and the tone very well. Palm Springs is a charming romantic comedy with a clever twist on a familiar premise. What really makes this film work for me are the two leads. Their chemistry is unbeatable. I think this could be my favorite comedy of the year, and I really see it landing in my top 10 to 15 of the year, depending on what comes out. I'm gonna give Palm Springs an A. I don't really have many problems with it. It's honestly hard to find them. It's just so fresh and it just feels new, and I really liked it. It's a tiny bit predictable at times, but after you get a scene that maybe is predictable, the next scene is something totally different, so that isn't exactly a fair criticism. It really is one of the most enjoyable films of the year, and I highly recommend it. So tell me what you thought of Palm Springs in the comments down below. Also, what is your favorite song by The Lonely Island? Everyone seems to have a different one. I can't even pick my favorite right now. I'll see you guys next time. Over and out.